Hi, Misfits. This is Kevin.
And this is Kate.
Welcome to Horrorwood.
Evening edition.
Evening edition. Kate's half asleep. No, I'm kidding.
I'm like only a quarter asleep.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Quarter asleep. We'll take it. We'll run with it. It's going to be fine. She graciously agreed to record a little later because I had a meeting that ran over. And I was like on there like, come on, people. I was the host of the Zoom. I could have just hit end.
Well, why didn't you?
Just like enough talking. Bye.
Bye.
Click.
That's all you got to do.
This can be an email.
Most things can.
I have meetings tomorrow from 9:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m.
Well, that's stupid.
Back to back to back to back.
Back it
to
on
you.
up. Back it on
no.
up. Okay.
Sorry.
Wow, I don't know what's happening. It's a nighttime recording.
It's a night recording.
I'm in my night pants. Let's be real, I'm always in my night pants. But here we are. You know what I was going to do because this is like a haunted thing?
What?
I was going to have the lights off and only light it by candles.
Ooh.
But I forgot.
That's okay.
So,
well, next time.
I forgot because it's so fucking late, Kevin.
You're like, listen, you were like, you had the candles ready at 7 and you were like, fuck
And
this
I was like,
bitch.
what? A meeting?
They always get scheduled without my knowledge until the night of.
The Night Of. Isn't that a movie? The Night Of.
I think it is.
I think it is too.
Interesting.
You know what else is interesting? We have subscriptions on Apple now. Or we have Apple subscriptions. You can subscribe to us on Apple. There it is.
There we go.
And you can get all of the episodes that we've done on Patreon on Apple subscriptions. I'm still figuring out how to upload that stuff. And I think they're going to help us with that because I reached out and they were like, yeah, you don't have to do it this way. So,
oh, good. Oh, I saw that email.
Yeah.
Okay.
So hopefully we get that straightened out. Hopefully by the time you're listening to this, we've got it all straightened out and all the episodes are on there. But anyway, that's a thing for you now. If Patreon is not your thing, but Apple is, hey, you can subscribe to us there.
Yeah, get on over there.
Get bonus content. Get ad-free episodes.
Yeah, ad-free episodes and like full episodes.
Yeah, bonus episodes.
Yeah, that no one else, unless you've subscribed,
Subscriber only episode. It's nighttime recording. I don't know if I mentioned that, but
well, let's get to the story
Maybe
so
we
can all
should.
go to bed.
that's a perfect, perfect idea.
This won't be crazy, but Kate and listeners,
Kevin.
you ever hear? I don't know. I wrote it like-
It's always jarring when you just address me by name, and I'm sitting right here, and we've been talking for 20 minutes already.
And I do it on text as well. I'm just like, Kate. In my mind, that's how I say it.
I know.
just
I
so
can
you know.
hear you. I can hear your texts.
I love that.
I can hear them.
It's coming through. All right. Well, have you ever heard of that old hotel in Torrington, Connecticut?
Sure haven't.
The one that's been boarded up for years?
I have not.
Okay. Locals still cross the street when they pass it after dark. And if you lean close enough to the glass, they say you can hear the floorboards groan like someone pacing just out of sight.
Ew. Groan? Yuck.
Is that a
Ew.
groan? I don't know.
I hope
It
not.
sounded like one of those. Do you remember those wands you'd pull and go, oh, wow. Do you remember that?
What the fuck?
Sorry, I'm going to shut up.
What are you talking about?
They were like these tubes that you turned
Oh,
over
like
and it made a noise.
I know what you're talking about
And then
now.
it would be like, anyway, cut that. I'm so sorry. That's so annoying.
Leaving it all in. Let's keep going.
All right. It's called the Yankee Pedlar Inn. Built back when horses filled the streets and guests checked in by candlelight.
Oh, we should have done this episode by candlelight.
Damn.
Dang it. Next
we can
time.
pretend we are. Time hasn't been kind to it, but the stories stuck around. Some folks swear the original owner never really left. fact that her favorite chair still rocks when no one's near it. Others tell quieter tales about lights flickering in empty rooms and guests who woke up certain that someone was sitting at the edge of their bed.
Ew, I hate that so much.
When filmmaker Ty West stayed there with his crew working on a film, they felt something too.
All right.
Something that later found its way onto his film in The Innkeepers is the name of the movie. The Innkeepers.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't know if that came
Film
for...
in.
Film
the
in The
Innkeepers
Innkeepers.
is the name of the movie.
If I've confused you more, I apologize.
It's all good.
But that's the strange part. The line between what he imagined and what he actually experienced has always been a little blurry. Maybe that's what makes The Pedlar so unsettling. You can never really tell where the story ends and the haunting begins.
I don't think I've ever seen The Innkeepers.
Okay.
Is that going to affect my listening of this
I will
episode?
tell you about the movie,
Okay,
but
perfect.
I won't spoil the movie.
Okay, got it.
Like, I'll give you the main pieces.
Okay.
I like Ty West as a director.
What other things has he done?
And I'll talk about it more because The House of the Devil,
That sounds familiar.
he did that, and that's what led to this, The Innkeepers.
Gotcha.
And then he also has done more recently X, Pearl, and Maxine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's big time
Yeah.
horror film director. I loved that trilogy that I just mentioned.
Yeah.
The Innkeepers and The House of the Devil, I think I need to go back and watch with fresh eyes.
Okay.
I didn't love them
Got it.
when I watched them.
Got it.
He's very good at slow burn, which
Oh, okay.
sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. But yeah, Spencer always gets mad at me about The House of the Devil because he loves it.
All right.
And he's like, you have fucking no taste in movies. And
Spencer,
I'm like,
I look forward to your comments on this
he's
episode.
going to be on Patreon. Like,
Love
fuck
it.
you. No.
Side note, Good Boy is going to start streaming on Shudder, and I'm so bummed because I can't get Shudder.
Okay, I need to, well, why don't I come over and we'll
Okay.
try to figure something
We'll try
out.
to, yeah, because I really, really
I
want to
see
see that.
it too.
So we'll work something out.
Okay, we'll work it out. All right, so let me tell you about this place, the Yankee Pedlar Inn. If you grew up anywhere near Torrington, Connecticut, you've
I didn't.
probably heard me neither. You've probably heard the name at least once, maybe from your grandparents or someone who used to go there back in the day. The story of the place goes way back to the late 19th century, when the town was just starting to boom. Boom, boom, boom. My supernova girl. Anyway.
So Kevin said his sentence, town starting to boom. And then he looked at me and was like, you want to react? And I had nothing. And so he just started singing. And I like it.
That's what I'm going to do from now on.
I love that.
Great. In November of 1890, an Irish immigrant named Frank Conley bought a big corner lot right where Main Street meets Maiden Lane.
Maiden Lane.
Maiden Lane and Main Street. The lot was big.
Huge.
About 100 feet wide and 214 feet deep. Not that huge, but deep is deep. It's pretty deep.
Wait, when you say deep, are you saying like into the ground?
I believe so.
It's not width and length?
I don't know. Didn't specify. 100 by 214. Let's just say width and length.
Okay.
Anyway, and he paid $8,000 for it, which was no small chunk of change back then. Do you want to take a guess about how much that is in now dollars? From
$8,000
1890.
from 1890?
Yeah.
Yowzers. I'm going to say, woof. I'm going to say 800,000.
284,000.
Oh, okay.
A little bit off.
So my inflation calculator in my head is not quite accurate.
So Frank Conley, who built the place, had his dream of opening one of the finest hotels in the state, and he and his wife Alice were determined to make that happen.
All right. I love it.
They poured about $40,000 into construction.
Well, shit. Where'd they get that kind of cash?
They just had some money, which tells you they weren't cutting corners, by the way, by investing that much. So by the summer of 1891, their dream came to life as the Conley Hotel. The place wasn't just a random stopover. It was fancy for its time. The Conleys built it with a kind of colonial New England charm, complete with marble floors and heavy oak furnishings that made the whole place feel solid and respectable.
Luxurious.
Luxury. Connecticut.
New
into it.
England.
New England. Get into it. There were 52 guest rooms, which made it one of the larger hotels in the area. And every room had hot running water.
That's something your apartment
something
doesn't
I don't
have
have.
right now. Kevin hasn't had hot water in 3 days.
I knew it broke because I got in the shower and I was like, why isn't this getting hot?
Ugh.
And so but it still wasn't freezing cold. It was like a little bit. So I
Yeah.
jumped out and then realized it was just running cold. Got an email the next day.
Ugh.
Then they're like, sorry, we have to replace the whole hot water heater.
The whole building.
The whole building.
Jeez.
Oh, no, not like the whole building, but the water for the whole building.
Water for the whole building.
Yeah. And so I just got an email that it's supposedly ready.
Oh, that's
I can
good.
go home and
shower. Thank God.
Yeah.
Just
Kate has a clothespin.
That's a
on her
lie. I
nose.
do not. I don't even smell you.
Thank God, because I'm sure I don't smell. I'm using deodorant. I sprayed on my colognes. It's
colognes.
It's just that like I had Irish dance on Monday, and that makes me really sweaty.
And you haven't
And I
showered
haven't
since
showered
Irish
since then,
dance.
and I feel so gross.
Oh, the first thing you're gonna do when you get home is just hose down. Why are they hosing them down?
Spencer's gonna give me a sandalwood shower. I've mentioned that before, or whatever.
I'm sorry. What? What?
Is it? It's not sandalwood.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Frank handled the business end, but Alice was the real heart of the operation.
That's usually the way it goes.
The women are getting the work done. She managed the staff, took care of the guests, and was known for her cooking, which helped the hotel build a strong reputation in town. Those guys were like, and they went to the Conley.
Is that what they were like?
That's what they said. And they rode their horse down the street. Back then, Torrington was growing fast, and the Conley Hotel quickly became a go-to spot for travelers, business meetings, and social gatherings. You can imagine the carriages pulling up to the front, men in bowler hats stepping out.
I love it. I feel like I was meant to live in that time.
Yeah. It seems so great until you like look at the plumbing and all the weird stuff and
The
and the
oncoming
misogyny
tuberculosis
and
and pneumonia and flu and
Now, if we were vampires in New Orleans, that would
Oh.
be a different story.
on a number of levels.
Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice. That's the old-timey life I want. So, and then women coming out in their long skirts, heading inside to rest after a long trip. The place had 2 dining rooms that always seemed to be buzzing with conversation. For a while, it wasn't just a hotel. It was a symbol of what Torrington was becoming: prosperous, connected, and proud. The Conleys ran the place as a family business for years. After both of them passed away in the early 1900s, ownership stayed in the family for a bit of time. Their niece inherited the hotel and tried to keep the same spirit alive, but eventually she's like, nah, sorry, and she sold it.
Okay.
From that point on, the property passed through a long line of owners, each trying to put their own mark on it. Over time, we had names like Albert and Arthur Rubens, Carlo Pilati, Alfred Segrist, and E.J. Kovac, who became part of its history over time. Each one made changes or renovations to keep the hotel up to date. By the 1940s, the hotel had expanded and a restaurant and bar were added.
There wasn't a restaurant before?
Well, it was dining rooms
okay.
with just kind of
Gotcha.
like Alice's home cooking.
Yeah.
This was like an entity itself.
Gotcha.
Within the hotel.
I don't know where my mind was.
That's okay. I get it.
I was like, Alice was cooking. Where was that food coming from?
Right. But now you got a restaurant in there.
It's legit.
It was legit. So that's when it started to become not just a place to sleep, but also a social spot for locals. You thought this
destination.
was social before. You had a restaurant in this place.
You ain't seen nothing.
You haven't seen anything. A bar. People are drinking.
Oh my goodness.
You have rooms to go to.
You get drunk. You
get drunk.
get a
you have a
room.
meal. You get a room. Sounds like a fucking good night out in Torrington, Connecticut.
Woo.
In 1956, a big change came when the hotel and restaurant were combined under a new name.
Okay.
They were in there together, but separate.
All right.
But now they're like, let's just make it all
Let's be one.
operation. And so that's when it was named the Yankee Pedlar Inn.
Okay.
The name was fitting. A peddler, spelled with that old-fashioned A, means a traveling merchant, someone who went from town to town selling goods. It was a clever nod to the inn's long history of welcoming travelers. As the decades rolled on, the Yankee Pedlar remained a landmark in Torrington, even when new motels started popping up along the highways.
Oh, getting some competition.
Eventually, the hotel lands in the hands of Jason Hospitality. Jayson.
I thought that was his last name for a second, so I'm glad you're... I was like, if your name is Jason Hospitality, you best be getting in the hotel business. You have no choice.
You don't have a choice. It's your last name, honey.
I am a dumbass. Goodbye.
No, it's fine. So this was a company that wanted to restore the hotel and give it new life. They had big plans. They wanted to modernize the rooms, upgrade the restaurant, and reopen under the Best Western Plus brand.
Oh, okay.
While keeping the building's historic character intact. So in December of 2015, they closed the doors for what was supposed to be a quick renovation, maybe 7 to 9 months. But as often happens with old buildings, once the work started,
lots of problems.
Problems ran deeper than expected.
214 feet deep.
214 feet deep?
I don't know if that was the number.
I don't think so. I feel like that's pretty deep.
I was just trying to give a call back. Yeah, I don't think that that's what it meant.
No.
I feel like it's length and width.
It is. I think I just wrote it down wrong, and that's on me. But if it is 214 feet deep,
I'd like to go see what's down there.
I want to see down under. So repairs stalled, funds ran out, and the project sat unfinished. By 2017, the company announced that renovations would finally move forward that fall, promising a reopen in the spring of 2018. No, didn't happen. However, they were working on it. They started to. So like the interior got torn to shreds. Construction then stopped, and then the building just sat there collecting dust and water damage.
Well, that sucks. Were they able to salvage any of like the original pieces from the hotel?
That's the thing. Like, it's still not open.
Oh. Wait, so when did this crew stay there?
So this was in 2009, 2010, and it closes in 2015.
Gotcha.
Mayor Eleanor Carbone and city officials had been trying to work with Jason for years, but nothing came of it. And in 2021, after 6 years of broken deadlines, no real progress, the city decided to take legal action under Connecticut's anti-blight law. That law basically lets a municipality step in and take control of a property that's been neglected for too long.
Okay.
So the city filed a lawsuit asking to have the Torrington Development Corporation, known as TDC, appointed as the official receiver of the Yankee Pedlar. That would mean that the city could step in, they could stabilize the property, and
fix all that stuff.
Fix it up. This is a historic landmark for them.
Yeah.
And I don't even think it's like actually marked as a historical landmark. I couldn't find that.
Okay.
So Jason Hospitality was trying to fight it. Jason didn't want to let go. Jason Hospitality was like, no. We're doing this. It's going to be fine.
Like, we got it.
No, Jason.
Jason, I'm glad your name is not Jason Hospitality, because you don't have the hospitality skills.
You don't have it in you to rebuild this place.
Clearly. I need Bob gets things done.
Yeah, I need Torrington Development Corporation. Jason Hospitality was like, no, this law doesn't apply to Torrington because the population is too small. But that didn't stick because Torrington's population was over 35,000, which made it eligible.
So Jason Hospitality doesn't even know the rules.
No, there was a lot of back and forth on these court cases in the Connecticut news. Yeah, so the case kept dragging on through 2023 with Jason continuing to show up in court but not really doing anything productive. At one point, a judge gave Jason a strict timeline. They were like, fix the fire hazards and secure the property by December 2023, and by February 2025, show proof that you actually have the money to finish the renovations.
Yeah.
They did get approval from the city's Planning and Zoning Commission for their exterior plans that January. Some scaffolding went up, but beyond that, no real work happened.
They were like, let's just put the scaffolding up. It totally looks like we're doing stuff.
Performative scaffolding.
Performative scaffolding. It's performative construction work. They'll never know. We're going down deep into the ground and we're rebuilding. You can't see it because we're so deep in the ground.
Check out our architecture section on Patreon. No, kidding, that'd be really crazy. So when February rolls around, instead of showing a clear financial commitment, Jason only submitted a term sheet from Hanover Bank saying they were applying for 2 loans.
They're just now applying for the loans?
Yeah, one for $5 million, another for $1.5 million.
Jason, buddy.
The court wanted an unconditional commitment, saying something more solid than, oh, we're trying to get the money.
Yeah.
But Judge John Pickard thought it was at least a step in the right direction. So he gave them one last extension, another 4 months until June 5th, 2025 this year.
Okay.
to get their financing in order.
Get it together.
Mayor Carbone wasn't thrilled with that, but agreed as long as they provided monthly updates to prove that they were actually doing the work.
Sure.
Meanwhile, the city wasn't just going to sit around and wait.
They got stuff to do.
They've got shit to do, places to be, places to make.
To rebuild.
Torrington had already started applying for state and federal funds to deal with environmental cleanup at the property. They knew that before any real development could happen, the building needed remediation for things like asbestos, lead paint, and old dust contamination left behind after demolition work years earlier.
Yeah.
Years earlier.
And you said they started in 2015?
Yeah.
So 10 years.
It's been 10 years.
Damn.
So in March of 2025, the city filed for a $1.5 million state grant specifically to clean up the Yankee Pedlar. It was part of a larger $6.9 million package of grants that also included old industrial sites around town, like the former Torrington Company and Excelsior Needle Plant. As spring turned into summer, guess who didn't deliver?
I'm going to guess Jason Hospitality?
Yeah, Jason Hospitality. They'd been dragging their feet for so long that the city pushed even harder, and this time they went back to court and asked for full receivership of the property, arguing that Jason had been given every possible chance, still hadn't done what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, I feel like after a decade, it's time to go.
It's time to go. So on July 23rd of this year, Judge Ann Lynch finally ruled in the city's favor.
Good.
And she officially granted the Torrington Development Corporation receivership of the Yankee Pedlar Inn, taking control of the property away from Jason Hospitality. Bye, Jason. So that ruling was big. It meant the city could finally stop waiting and start making real decisions for this place. The judge ordered TDC to conduct a full evaluation of the building, figure out what kind of damage it had sustained, what needed to be cleaned up, and what kind of redevelopment was actually feasible here.
Yeah.
They were given 90 days to put together a report outlining the property's condition and possible future uses. Once that report's submitted, the judge has 30 days to review it and decide on the next steps. Mayor Carbone said that the city is now focused on finding a developer who can do right by the property. They've even brought in state officials, including Matt Puglisa from the Department of Community and Economic Development, to walk through the building and weigh in on the potential. It's got potential. It's a mess inside. It's like an absolute fucking mess in there.
I bet.
Years of water leaks, rotting wood.
Oh, you know it smells so dank.
Ugh. Windows have been left in rough shape, but they're still trying to figure out what's salvageable. The good news is that they already have a potential buyer lined up.
Oh.
The Torrington Development Corporation has been in talks with Parker Benjamin Real Estate, a firm out of Farmington, Connecticut that specializes in redeveloping old properties.
Okay.
So they're the same group that's worked on other historic projects in towns like Winchester and New London in Connecticut. And the plan is for them to buy the Pedlar at fair market value once the court finalizes everything. So the city's confident they can handle the job and turn the old inn into something valuable again.
Good.
So at this point, it's still kind of a little bit more in limbo, but on the right track.
Yeah.
It's moving in the right direction. So here's the weird part of the Yankee Pedlar Inn story. The part locals lower their voices for. We've covered the history. Now it's time for the ghosts.
Let's hear about these ghosties.
If you talk to people who stayed there back when it was open, or staff who worked those late shifts, the same names and rooms come up again and again and again. The building isn't just, people say it's haunted in a vague way. It has specific habits.
Okay.
Like a house with a personality. The center of it all is room 353.
What happened in there?
That's the one tied to Alice Conley.
Oh.
The original co-owner.
Who made all that good food?
She made great food. She was getting it done. The story goes that she died in that room.
Oh, shit.
And ever since, guests and employees have pinned a lot of activity to it. People who stayed there have talked about catching glimpses of a woman in old-fashioned clothes near the doorway or at the foot of the bed.
I do not like a foot at the bed ghost.
I don't either. Get away.
Foot of the bed ghost.
Right. Get out of there. Don't look at me. Don't watch me sleeping. That's
Don't look
weird.
at me.
Don't look at me. And then Christina Aguilera's Beautiful starts playing.
Dun,
And the ghost just vanishes. So they only see her for just a second. It's very quick. Like she's checking on whether everything's still in order.
Okay.
Folks have mentioned strange scents with no obvious source, The kind of thing that doesn't match cleaning products or food from downstairs. Not rotting, not perfumed, just wrong enough to stick with you.
Just wrong enough to stick with you.
Right? Ooh.
That's gnarly.
Housekeepers were wary of that room. One account said no one wanted to go in there alone, so 2 staff members would team up and go in and clean.
Oh.
They'd talk about doors swinging shut by themselves, shadowy movement near the walls, that kind of subtle stuff that's easy to brush off once, but not after it keeps happening in the same place over and over again.
Yeah.
So Alice doesn't just belong to 353 in the stories.
Where else is she going?
The lobby.
Okay.
With her old rocking chair.
She's just checking out the people coming in.
I know, she's people watching. She has a stake in this place.
Of course.
She needs to watch over
She
it.
was OG. She wants to make sure that it's like being treated right.
And it makes me sad that she's in there from 2015 to now, just like
it smells in here, guys. And what's with all this damage?
You're pissing me off. Something happened. But her rocking chair. People say that chair was hers, and over the years, there were plenty of reports of it moving on its own. Not violently.
I would hope not.
Just like flying back and
like
forth.
Throwing whoever sits in it out.
It's like when kids get in rocking chairs and they go like really far
It's
back.
like, hey, look at me.
There's always one at the Cracker Barrel, like on the front.
Oh my God, Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel. So at one point, there was even a sign telling guests not to sit in it because it's still there, apparently, this rocking chair.
Oh, just in there rotting away.
Mm-hmm. Which only made it more of a thing. So like they're like, don't touch this. This is Alice's. Like,
okay.
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
Let her rock in peace.
Sure.
Let her rock in peace. That's the thing?
I don't think it is. Kevin's trying to do like a lot of rock and roll gestures, I suppose.
And I don't know them, so it's not good.
He's just gesticulating and hoping
Wildly,
that something
and
looks...
hoping that something hooks. And Kate's like, I know what that is.
No, there was nothing rock and roll about anything you just did.
All right, so then there's room 295, which has its own reputation. That room's stories are more invasive.
Oh.
Guests have said they felt the mattress dip, like someone lay down beside them,
Ooh.
even though they were alone. Others have talked about waking up with the sense that someone was right there in the dark, watching. But when they turned on the light, nothing obvious was out of place.
Ew.
People have mentioned those unusual smells. Objects nudged out of where they left them, taps and rustles that didn't match the pipes or the hallway noise. One of the creepiest bits that gets passed around is the story about 2 people in that room waking up from the same unsettling dream, comparing notes and realizing that the dream matched detail for detail.
I've heard this happen before,
Yeah.
and I think it's mind-blowing.
Wild, right?
I don't understand how that happens.
Yeah. I don't know. That's actually an interesting thing. I want to look
It
that up.
is. It's like some kind of weird shared conscious situation that I don't understand.
It also makes me think about when you come out of your astral projection, like when you come out of your body when you sleep and you can see everything that's going on in the room. Maybe it's like they projected together or something.
I don't know about all that.
I don't know either. So the bar has its own regular, supposedly.
Oh.
Staff and patrons over the years have talked about an older man in a suit, gray hair, formal, old world posture situation.
Sure, they always are.
Yeah. The story is that he's Frank Conley,
Oh.
Alice's husband, and that he likes to linger by the bar or near the old phone. People have described seeing a man standing there like he's about to place a call, only to look again and realize no one's there. It's not a dramatic jump scare apparition. It's more like you catch him in your peripheral vision and feel like you've interrupted something you weren't supposed to see. On top of that, there's all the more general stuff that stacks up over decades. Lights that switch on and off when no one is near the controls, doors that open and close without a draft to blame, employees being brushed, tugged, or nudged when nobody is behind them. That happened to me. Go back to our old ghost story episode. I think I told it.
Oh, like way back when?
Yeah.
Ah.
It was scary. I felt like someone grabbed my sides while I was cleaning an empty building.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's coming back to me now.
Oof. Yikes. Scary. Guests also have reported waking up furious or sobbing for no clear reason.
I mean,
Today I do that every day. Jesus. Then they calm down as soon as they leave their room. So some kind of energy. People reported dreams that feel way too vivid, heavy, almost like the building itself is pressing on their subconscious. Some visitors described the emotional tone in certain hallways as suddenly overwhelming. Sad in one spot, panicked in another. Like someone else's leftover feelings are lingering in the air.
Ew.
Paranormal teams have poked around inside too. The Northwest Connecticut Paranormal Society spent time there and came away with at least one photo they believed showed a distinct orb.
Okay.
Along with odd moments they couldn't fully explain. So later in 2021, investigators from Worcester and Dartmouth Anomaly Research Team toured the inn. They zeroed in on the upper floors and backed up what staff had already been saying for years. Room 353 was haunted as fuck.
I feel like if staff had already been saying it for years and then these teams go in, if I'm trying to get like some clout for my business, I'm going to be like, yeah, you know what? That room that they've been talking about for so long. Yeah, it does have weird stuff.
You know, and that's every ghost hunting show.
Truth. You're like, oh yeah, I'm picking something up here. Did you see that? Did you just see that?
Did you see it, man? We got to run.
Oh, I was doing Zach Bagans.
Oh, yeah. You know.
Don't know who you were doing.
I was doing generic. I don't know. What's interesting is that for all that, there's no record of some massive catastrophe tied to this place. No mass murder, no big fire full of guests. It's just this steady accumulation of small personal moments that people walked away from saying something was off there.
It's kind of how I feel about my deodorant right now.
Oh.
Something's off. It's new and I just put it on.
Uh-huh.
And it's pretty strong. And I was like, what is that smell?
Oh, yeah.
And I knew it wasn't you because it smells like clean.
It smells good.
And then I was like, wait. And I did a little sniff on the old pit. And I think it's the deodorant.
Pungent. Is it a bad? No, it's a clean.
It's not bad. It's just overwhelmingly clean.
Okay.
You know
I
what
understand
I mean?
that.
It's
Yeah.
very fresh.
Very fresh.
And it's so strong.
Oh, my God. I used to use this not an old deodorant, but a deodorant that was like rose scented.
Oh.
I don't know. I like rose. I know people don't like floral.
I can't really do rose in my products.
Yeah. I put that stuff on and I was like, it's a funeral home. I smell like a funeral home. Yeah, it wasn't good. It was like rose and charcoal or something.
Ew. What a weird combination.
It made me start breaking out. So I was like, this is bad.
Yikes.
All right. That's part of why the lore stuck. The stories feel like they belong to the building's everyday life. Owners, guests, staff, layered over so many years that the line between memory and haunting starts to blur.
Mm-hmm.
So before Ty West ever turned his focus to the Yankee Pedlar Inn, he was already building a reputation for slow burn throwback horror. We've talked a little bit about it, The House of the Devil. Mm-hmm. That one came out in 2009 and was filmed in Lakeville, Connecticut, which is about 25 miles from Torrington, where the Pedlar Inn stands. So it's a perfect example of how West likes to take something ordinary, a job, a quiet place, a simple night, and twist it into something quietly terrifying. So this movie, The House of the Devil, follows a college student named Sam, played by Jocelyn Donahue. She's broke. She needs money fast to cover a deposit on an apartment, so she takes a babysitting job that feels a little off from the beginning. The couple that hires her live in an isolated Victorian mansion deep in the woods, and they seem a bit too eager to have her there. It's all happening the same night as a total lunar eclipse, which just adds to this unease. Sam's friend Megan, played by Greta Gerwig, drives her to the house and immediately senses that something's wrong, but Sam insists she'll be fine. Once Megan leaves, things go crazy.
Of course they do.
The babysitting gig turns out to be something much darker, and as the name says, The House of the Devil, there's a big satanic element to it.
I mean, I kind of would have been disappointed if there had been.
I know, me too. The shoot in Lakeville is what led Ty and his crew to stay at the Yankee Pedlar, and they picked it because it was close, it was reasonably priced, and it was big enough to hold everyone.
Yeah.
But what happened there ended up changing the course of West's career. The Pedlar had its own unsettling presence, and while The House of the Devil was about satanic terror in the woods, his next movie, Based on this hotel, the Innkeepers became his haunted house story in a very real haunted hotel. West's crew had been at the Yankee Pedlar for weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And while they were filming the movie, the eeriest moments weren't happening on set. They were happening at the hotel to the cast and crew.
Do tell.
West has said that the oddities started off harmless enough. A door that would just close by itself, lights would flicker for no reason,
Sure.
that sort of thing.
And those are kinds of things like you can come up with explanations for.
Yeah,
Oh, a draft. Oh, bad wiring. Or the light's about to burn out.
correct. Then came a TV in his room that turned on and off on its own.
Bad electrical wiring yet again.
Sure, light bulbs that kept burning out.
There you go.
Bad
Yep.
wiring. And this strange pattern of vivid dreams everyone seemed to be having.
Like the same dream?
Yeah.
Oh.
So even West, who's never been quick to jump to supernatural conclusions, started to feel something wasn't right. And when the hotel staff casually mentioned that everyone in town thought the place was haunted, it stopped being funny. The whole experience got under his skin. He found something fascinating about that uneasy mix of the ordinary and the paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
And the Yankee Pedlar wasn't some gothic castle. It was this little rundown hotel that had 70s decor because Jason never did shit, and mismatched decor. And the employees were just regular people working their shifts, half believing the ghost stories they'd grown up hearing. And West said that duality, the spooky legacy sitting under fluorescent lights and minimum wage small talk, stuck with him.
And minimum wage small talk. Wow.
When he decided to make a ghost story, he didn't have to look far for inspiration. And that's where we get the Innkeepers. West wrote it with the Yankee Pedlar itself in mind and convinced the owners to let him shoot there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And the building became the heart of the film. The story follows two employees, Claire and Luke, who are working in the hotel's final weekend before it closes for good. Kind of an eerie sort of foreshadowing, yeah. Claire, played by Sarah Paxton, is a restless college dropout with asthma and a curiosity.
That's just such a weird description. A restless college dropout with asthma and curiosity.
I wouldn't be mad if someone said that about me. I'd be like, hey. Luke, played by Pat Healy, is older, sarcastic, and runs a little website documenting the inn's supposed hauntings. The two of them are kind of misfits together. Misfits!
Oh, hey.
They would have been misfit murderinos if they were real. Both stuck in this fading job as the hotel empties for the last time. So their days are filled with boredom and their nights with ghost hunting.
Love it.
They set up microphones and EVP recorders, hoping to capture something real. What they're chasing is the story of Madeline O'Malley, a ghost said to haunt the Pedlar, in addition to the long-standing legends about Alice and Frank Conley.
Another lady has entered the chat.
Madeline.
Like Lily Allen's.
Ooh.
David Harbour's.
Yeah, I've heard the things. But I think Madeline is a ghost story that's been made up. Because there's nothing real that I could find about this. So this is Ty West's doing.
Gotcha.
So in the movie's lore, Madeline was a bride who hanged herself after being left at the altar. To avoid scandal, the owners supposedly hid her body in the basement. The secret, hidden in the foundation of a once glamorous hotel, is the kind of story that makes the setting feel alive. Claire gets fixated on finding Madeline's spirit, convinced that she's still somewhere in the halls. As the movie goes on, West lets the tension build slowly. At first, the haunting is kind of a whisper, but as Claire digs more and more into it, it gets a lot stranger and weird. And so there's also a few peculiar guests who check into the hotel at this time. There's Leanne Rhys-Jones, played by Kelly McGillis.
Kelly McGillis!
Do you know her?
No, I just think I like her.
Oh, okay.
She's
Sorry.
Top Gun.
Oh, that's right. I was like, are you friends? She plays a once famous actress who has reinvented herself as a spiritual medium. And her presence shifts the tone of the movie. Leanne seems to know more about the hotel's energy than she lets on. And when Claire nervously asks her about it, Leanne warns her, stay out of the basement. Then there's an elderly man who arrives late one evening, asks specifically for the honeymoon suite. Claire gives him the key, thinking nothing of it, until later when she finds his suicide note and his lifeless body in the bathtub.
Oh, God.
And I'm not going to go any further after that in case you want to watch it.
Okay.
I think I might go back and watch it again. West's approach to the film was old school. He shot it on 35 millimeter over 17 days and mainly relied on the atmosphere itself instead of flashy effects.
Yeah.
So the Yankee Pedlar Inn itself kind of does most of the work there, and it provided that lived-in eeriness that no set designer could really fake. I mean, I'm sure you could fake it, but having an actual place like that.
Yeah, it made it authentic.
Authentic. Yes, authenticity. West described the Innkeepers as a blend between a workplace comedy and a ghost story. Because it starts off with these two like misfits who are just, this place is going to close. And then it kind of flips into a ghost story. So for the first half, you're just watching two coworkers joke and flirt, and then get on each other's nerves while slowly realizing that they're surrounded by something they can't explain. When the Innkeepers premiered at South by Southwest, SXSW, in 2011, Spencer got really mad at me about that.
He texted me about it.
So critics immediately recognized it as something special. It wasn't just another haunted hotel movie. It felt personal. Roger Ebert praised it for its imagination and said it proved that subtle, well-crafted ghost stories are more satisfying than cheap scares. And the movie went on to a limited theatrical release in 2012 and became something of a cult favorite among horror fans who appreciated its slow burn and human touch. Again, I watched it. I wasn't super impressed, but that was a while ago, so I will give it another shot.
And I haven't watched it, so maybe I should do that.
Watch it. Watch The House of the Devil too, and just let me know what you think.
Okay.
So what's funny is that even during the shoot, the strange activity, would continue. West said that when they returned to the Pedlar to film, like while they were staying there, they were having weird dreams.
Yeah.
But also while they were filming there, those weird dreams came back.
Oh, interesting.
And Sarah Paxton would wake up convinced that someone was in her room because they're staying here and shooting there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So she'd wake up feeling like someone was in the room with her, but there would be nobody there. And crew members talked about odd noises and, of course, the lights flickering. West would shrug most of it off, and he would say, no, I'm too busy being focused on making this movie. But he admitted that the vibe was off in a way that got under your skin.
Ooh.
So in the end, The Innkeepers became more than just a movie about a haunted hotel. It was a story born from a real place with its own history of whispers and unexplained moments. West didn't have to invent the haunting. He just turned his camera on the Yankee Pedlar and captured the feeling of what it's like to spend a night somewhere that might be listening back.
He just turned that camera on.
He flipped his camera on and just let it run, and then this whole story came out.
It was weird, and then all of a sudden it was showing in the theaters.
It was crazy. So the Yankee Pedlar Inn remains one of those rare places where history and fear intertwine so naturally that you can't quite tell where one ends and the other begins.
I'm really curious if anyone listening has ever been
Have
there,
you stayed there?
Or has ever heard that story.
Of it, yeah.
Yeah, let us know in the comments on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or Spotify at
Horrorwood Podcast.
Or you can send us an email at
horrorwoodpodcast@gmail.com.
Or you can pop on over to Patreon or Apple subscriptions, but Patreon is at
patreon.com/horrorwoodpodcast. Right?
Yeah, that's right. I messed it up because I added in the Apple thing.
No, but that's good. Add it on in. If you're on Apple, you can just subscribe there on Apple.
Is what we're saying.
Yeah.
I gotta go.